This bite-sized employment law video is on the topic of suspensions. In cases where there are allegations of serious misconduct, it may be appropriate to suspend an employee pending an investigation. However, suspension should only happen where absolutely necessary, rather than a knee-jerk reaction. While in certain cases it may be possible for an employer to rely on an implied term of the contract allowing for suspension, it's far safer for the employer to rely on an express term of the contract permitting suspension. Employers should make sure that any suspension is done in accordance with the terms of the contract. Even when the employer has a contractual right to suspend the employee, the employer must make sure that it does not breach the implied term of trust and confidence. For example, employers must always have reasonable grounds to suspend, and only suspend as long as is reasonably necessary. Each case is going to depend on the circumstances, but suspension might be necessary where there's a potential threat to the business, or it's not possible to investigate if the employee remains at work. If an employee is suspended, they should be told that suspension is not disciplinary action and is in no way an indication of any guilt. The employee should be told how long the suspension is likely to last. The employer should explain the employee's rights during the suspension. The employer should explain what the employee is not allowed to do during suspension, such as contacting clients or staff, except a point of contact. All this information should be confirmed in writing. ACAS has produced a useful guide on when suspension should be used, and if used, what steps employers should be taking. Employers should pay employees their normal remuneration and provide their normal benefits during suspension. The only exception is that if the employment contract allows the employer to suspend without pay, but this would be extremely unusual. Normally the contract states that if an employee is suspended, they will receive their pay and benefits. For more information, visit my website. Remember that this video is for guidance only and should not be relied upon for specific advice. Also, the law can change. And finally, please subscribe to my channel for updates.